Understanding the wordplay is significant to understand why this is hell. And the main colonists, they had Latin-based languages. The bell that rang the lattice was the English. And you see the words like home and house, ho-use, house, home, ho-me, okay? Gnome is me gone scrambled. They reinvented themselves. They're playing a kind of psychology game. The West and Babylon and people like this, their idea of civilization is for people to reinvent themselves. Okay, so this is why they're fuming me. Fume, F-U-M-E, position, poison it. Sage backwards is E-gas. Okay, it's obvious that this isn't a coincidence. Evil is live spelled backwards. Part is trap. Saved is divas, and their system, Babylon's system, stretched well into India and beyond, where the divas are these kind of females, demon goddesses. Kali comes to mind. It's been a while since I reviewed this, so I don't remember exactly what they're getting at, but there's some kind of demon goddess is the best description of it. You see it with the Hollywood people. All right, so what's going on? Okay, they've been putting drugs and substances in my in things that I consume for a long time. If I smoked weed when I was younger, okay, they put it in the weed. If I drank a lot of soda, they put it in the soda. Okay, they had ways to remotely activate these drugs. They developed these things during MK Ultra. MK Ultra is Cult Ram scrambled. Okay, so it's in the language, it's in the culture. Obviously, MK Ultra was just one kind of phase of the bigger picture of experimentations. Right, even right now I'm being fumed. Okay, they've done things like created a gap in my teeth. They've discolored my lips to some degree in certain places. They haven't made me super ugly. You know, I'm still more attractive than basically anybody because I look like a good person in a world where people are conforming. You know, like plug-faced, homosexual-faced, no offense to the LGBT community per se, celebrities, that's not really attractive, right? Sexy. If you don't look mature and like you have heart, that's why it's called good looking, you don't look good. So, recently I seen a female where acid was thrown on her face and she looks more attractive than most women because you could tell that she was good looking before they threw the acid on her face, okay? And this is part of what I'm talking about. Some people look like they have heart, they're good people, they're sensitive people, they love you, and so on and so forth. Okay, I'm the bell that rings the loudest in that category. But they've been trying to sabotage me my whole life. When I was younger, I wasn't that good looking little kid. I was a funny looking little kid, ugly looking kid at times. Some of my pictures aren't so bad. Some of my pictures are very handsome, a healthy looking kid. But, women, the females didn't like me that much. Around high school, they started really liking me. I won the martial art trophy, grand champion trophy in Taekwondo. People started saying, "Hey, you're the most good-looking guy in the school," and things like this. You know what I'm saying? This is when they started sabotaging me more. At that time, I was a pretty good dresser. They started making it so it was hard for me to buy clothes in the store. They didn't have my size as much, and I'm 6'4". I'm not 7'4". There's a lot of people over 6 feet. So when it comes to getting shoes or matching clothes, I go on eBay and Amazon. They really want the distance. They had teams assigned to sabotage me. Why? Because I'm the son of the Royal African Falcon top martial arts line, and they're the children of the devil, which first and foremost refers to Set, Chaos, and Ananke in the Greco-Roman system, where Ananke is force, necessity, inevitability, and compulsion. Okay, they felt forced because there's some kind of gnome, fairy-looking people that bred with other people. They kidnapped other people, and they bred kind of bigger versions of themselves. That's why in the circus you have the stilts, right? It's like a little guy on stilts saying he's tall. It has to do with being uncoordinated versus naturally evolving to be coordinated and to be a man of great stature and the top martial arts and so on and so forth. And of these people, Nigerians are the bell that rings loudest. Everyone in my generation knows that. If they don't, they need to think about where the African Americans come from. Millions of them came from the coast of Nigeria. Okay. So basically they started drugging me all my life to some degree. They got me on psych meds when I was younger, caused cognitive and neurological damage. Okay, and ironically, they're the ones suffering from cognitive dissonance, and they were trying to, I went to reform school, I went to behavior modification school. At one point I was a psych ward. They made me go to the outpatient and all kinds of stuff, right? because they want to make it seem like the feminists, the white supremacists, the LGBT people, the token minorities, people that we all knew were crazy when I was younger. They're trying to make them seem superior. Now, some of them are nicer than others, but they're all cuckoo. You know what I'm saying? It's like those guys used to jog in, you see them at the park back in the day. They had orange kind of neon shorts, kind of neon orange shorts. And they're weird kind of guys, kind of Simpson characters. People are, they're fucking crazy. Now, I'm not racist, but when I was younger, people used to say white people are crazy. There used to be a consensus with a lot of white people themselves. A lot of them, because the mainstream culture was crazy, they started acting quote unquote crazy, going to rock and roll, heavy metal, joining biker gangs, being skaters, and so on and so forth, in response to the child molesting and the crazy activities of the mainstream culture. Okay. And so they're trying to, witchcraft and switchcraft, they're trying to turn it around. So basically, by 2011, let's just fast forward. There's some significant stuff occurred, but let's fast forward. 2011, the covert drugging was obvious. In 2012, it was really obvious. I made a video. I showed that they put some white powdery substance on my marijuana. Okay, and I had I was medical marijuana. Okay, and so I was kind of stopped smoking weed, started smoking weed. It didn't really affect my brain. I have 20 witnesses. Okay, not all of them smoke weed. Only a few of them smoke weed, kind of thing. They knew that I'm being targeted. I'm being sabotaged. A lot of doctors and lawyers smoke weed these days, so it's not really that big of a deal. They always put extras on being a pothead to try to make mainstream white people seem superior, and whatever other white-skinned people they're trying to elevate. You know what I'm saying? So by 2017, after they've been drugging me consistently, fuming me everywhere, and they're fuming me right now, they started intensely fuming me, and that's when these glasses came out. It came on. Okay, I didn't wear glasses before. These special glasses for filtering out certain light, because they made me sensitive to certain light. And it goes back to the pupil and glasses, G lasses, classes, C lasses, right? It's about controlling sexual behavior, house, ho use, home, ho me, and so on and so forth. Okay, escort, right? E's court, and E in Sumerian is the temple. Okay, Babylon, Rothschild, child. They're childish, and they're like, oh, we control sexual behavior. They're like little perverted kids who just started going through puberty, who can't think past their dick and their complex. And it's something to do with the way they developed. A lot of times it's their height is reflecting it, right? They're these kind of shorter, kind of gnome-looking people, and then some of them are taller. Okay, they span especially across the kind of European races. They try to chop it up to Neanderthal. That brute issue is a different issue. The main people in charge aren't brutes. They aren't these big kind of football lineman guys. They're like Bill Gates guys like him. They have some kind of developmental disorder. It's like when they say, some serial killers are smart. Just because you're smart and you get good grades, because the system's designed for fairies and gnomes like you, doesn't mean that you're not fucking crazy. Okay, so it's also smart in that sense, book smart, not smart when it comes to life. They're not the master martial artists. I'm the master of masters, the top martial artist ever. So by 2021, it's really taken a toll on me. They're editing my videos. They started really making it obvious they're editing my videos in the last 2-3 years or so, and they started editing my videos and pictures. They go in my home when I was gone, from what I gather. They put some on my computer or something, so they can kind of remotely control it, and they edit the pictures there. They really went the distance, and they've been watching me with, with cameras or something, and with technology, and they went the distance to kind of change this. Now, if you look at the Bible, and they're Luciferians, Lady Gaga sang in the inauguration, it says Satan is the god of this world. The devil leads the world astray. Revelations. 1 John, the whole world's led astray by the evil one. Satan wants you to blind you by the image of Christ. That's why they have these false image of Christ. They put them everywhere. Why are there so many of these false images of Christ? Why isn't there a bunch of them? Right? We see the same white guy with long brown hair. Sometimes it's blonde. It's the same basic image, and it's the image of the main satanic family that's doing it. It's like King Richard. It's like Queen Elizabeth's family. Okay. And that's why there is the main royal family that's talked about. Celebrity, okay, Freemasons, it comes from England, the UK, the British Empire. The sun never sets on the British Empire, though. The settlers, they set the stage, and it's a setup, and so on and so forth. They want to set you up, matchmakers, and so on and so forth. Okay, you have Sherlock Holmes, you have James Bond, you have MI6, you know what I'm saying? You have all these British ideas, the celebrity really gives it away. British, brightish, bright-ish intelligence agency. I'm sure you get the point by now, that you know that I'm right, and there's no viable counter-argument. And people are dumb enough to think they should roll with it. That's part of how you know that I'm smarter than everyone else. I tell the complete truth about it. I have a top martial arts challenge, not only to give me my rightful place, restore the divine moral order, but to expose this thing. No one else is doing anything similar. Okay, I'm wearing, wisdom is proven right by her deeds, not by people going to church and paying God lip service, mere human rules, traditions, and customs. Okay,